Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to continue with our topic that we were looking at last time, and that is business mathematics. And in business mathematics we are going to look at specifically today our main interest is going to be we are going to be focusing on the interests. In other words, if someone is borrowing or when you're lending money, the interest, how you're supposed to get the interest, and the interest that you're supposed to give in case you've borrowed money from someone or from any financial institution. Last time we looked at exchange rates when we had, after introducing this topic of business math, we went on to look at foreign exchange. And on the foreign exchange, I was still telling you that we managed to look at the foreign exchange, and on the foreign exchange we did some examples there. So today I want us to go and look at interest. I remember last time I talked about interest. We have two types of interest mainly that we focus on at this level. That is the simple interest, which you looked at in Form 1, and then the compound interest, which we are going to exhaustively look at today. What differentiates compound interest from simple interest? I gave you an example that can best differentiate between compound and simple interest. That okay, so I gave you an example that can best describe compound and simple interest, and I told you that let me use tables here. When you're looking at compound simple interest, there is you can download that the topic we are looking at today. You can download the folder, the PDF. You can download the file below the video. There is a file that you can download and be with those questions, so that by the time I start working out the questions, you already have them. So for simple interest, what differentiates simple interest from compound interest? I want to create compound interest. When you're looking at these two, okay, seems you cannot see there very well. Okay. What differentiates simple interest from compound interest? I'm repeating this. I remember last time I exhaustively explained this compound interest. We are going to see the difference. Now we have the formulas, okay? Or the time that you're going to spend while borrowing money under compound interest. We have the first year. If you borrow, let's say someone is borrowing a principal of 50,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings, at a rate, the rate we say it is 10% for a period for 3 years. For a period of 3 years. This is a question of its own. Someone is borrowing 50,000 at a rate of 10% for a period of 3 years. Now let us differentiate simple and compound interest. How much this person, when I talk of interest, it means the extra money that this person is going to pay. Okay? If you borrow like 50,000, you add in some interest for the person who borrowed you the money. Okay? That interest is compensating for his, like the time that he gave you. Okay? It's like a compensation, the time that he gave you to bring back his or her money. Now, for compound interest, for the first year, if I'm looking at different years, for the first year, this person will, I'm looking at the interest, okay? This person will, the rate is 10% of 50,000. That is the interest that this person will pay. Which interest will be, if I move these two zeros, and it will be 5,000. And so this is the interest in the first year. Okay? We want to differentiate. Then in the second year, year 2, remember it is still 1 year. The reason that's why I'm multiplying with the year. Remember the formula for interest, that is simple, is P times what? R times where it is over 100. What brings in the 100? It is this R. Okay? Yes. So this is the formula. Here I'm multiplying P, which is this, times R times time. But time is 1 year because I'm looking at 1 year. Time is 1. Even if I multiply 1 here, it doesn't add up anything. Are you getting it? That's why I'm multiplying only those two. So in the second year, it is still 1 year. We are still looking at 1 year. However much it is the second year, but second year it's still 1 what? Yeah. So it is 10 over 100. This one will be the interest. This one will keep on being the principal. This 50,000 times 50,000, which will eventually give us 5,000 again. Not so? Yes. And in the third year, the same thing will occur. Because each year, this person has a rate of 10%. This one will also be 5,000. Meaning that if I add the total interest and a simple interest, total interest is at this one that this person is going to be adding on the money that they gave him. Okay? This is 5,000 plus 5,000. The total interest will be 15,000. Tell me whether it is correct. Is it correct? This is the total interest and a simple interest. Okay? But when we go to compound interest, what differs compound from simple? In the first year, remember the person is still borrowing the same money. Yes. Compound interest also has its formula that we'll look at. But you can use the formula for simple interest to come up with the answer under compound interest. Okay? The only difference is that you are supposed to be keen in the first year. This person is going to borrow, is going to have the interest. Remember, he borrowed 50,000 at 10%. But this time it is under compound what? Interest. The other one was under simple interest. So the first interest will be 5,000. You see that? Okay? Yes. If you reduce these, then in the second year, this person will still be on the same rate, not so, which is 10 over 100. But this time around, the principal will change. Please listen to me here. The principal will change. Why is it changing? Because for compound interest, the principal keeps on accumulating. If he borrowed you 50,000, in the first year, if there is 5,000, it is added on the principal. Now the new principal is 55,000. You know where I'm getting the 5,000 from? It is the other one. But here, the principal did not change even for the second year. It did not change even for the third year. But here it keeps on accumulating. Okay? The interest you add, you add it on the principal. Okay? To get the new principal. So, this one is going to give us, this with this, it will give us 5500. 5,500. Yes. Then we go for the third year. Look here, third year. The rate is still the same, but the principal is going to change. Now what is going to be the new principal? It is 55,000 plus this. Not so? Which will give us 60. Is it like that? 500. Oh, sorry. Then this will be the money here. What will we get? these zeros, this is over 100, these two will go with this, then with the 6, 0, 5, 0. 6,050, not so? Then, what will be the total interest under compound interest? Total interest is equaling to, what is this? 50. What is this? This is 10,500, not so? Add on 6,000. 16,550, eh? So that's what we have, shillings. So you see that the interests are different. For compound interest, the interest is slightly more. Okay? Now this one is good for a person who is lending money. If you're lending money to a person, yeah? This one is the best. Now you've come to me to borrow money from me. I will tell you that I'm going to give you money, but I'm giving you on compound interest. Because I know at the end of the day, the interest will be more. Okay? But this one is good for a person who is borrowing. If you go to borrow, you will please give me on simple interest. You get that, yeah? Give me on simple interest so that I give in, so that you give in little. Because here, the amount that you will pay back, because this is not the amount, but you have to go look for the amount. What is the amount? How can I get the amount? Amount is equaling to principal plus the interest. Okay? Which principal was 50 plus this. So here, you will take it back. Isn't it? Yes. Whereas here, what are you going to take it back? 65. Here we'll take 66. Not so? 50. 50. Now you see that here you're taking more money there back. Okay? So this one is good for a person who is lending, but this one is better for a person who is borrowing. So you should differentiate those two. Okay? Now I'm not going to look at the formula for simple interest, but instead I wanted to throw some light about it. Let us look at the compound interest. There is something that I prepared for you today here. When you look at your screen, there is something that I want you to see. Okay. Now I think you can see that. On your screen there is something that I want you to see. There are some examples here. There. Okay, now let me hope you can see those. How about now? You tell me. Try to download. I told you to try and download that. Okay, now I want to do some examples here. I want to do some examples here. I want to do some examples here. First of all, compound interest. We use this formula which states that amount, you know the meaning of amount? Amount is principal plus the interest, okay? But if you want to use a simple formula or shorter formula, you can use the one for simple interest to get compound interest, but you have to be used to go year by year, okay? But if you want to use this, it is amount is equaling to principal into what? 1 This is the formula, okay? Where P stands for principal, the money that you borrow, okay? Then R stands for P stands for the principal. Now you can look at the P stands for the principal. R stands for the rate in percentage. Not so? Yes. And then N stands for time. The time that you spend. N stands for the time. Okay? So you're supposed to be keen on this. Now, okay. Now, those of you who are complaining that you cannot see the questions, don't worry. I'm going to write the questions here on the whiteboard. You know, we are used of blackboard. I almost said blackboard, but anyway. So compound interest is given from this formula amount, whereby to get the interest will equal to amount minus principal when you're getting the interest. I don't know whether you understand these things. To get the interest, you get the amount that you're going to pay back, minus the principal that you received. That will be the interest. Okay? But here, they are telling you that amount is equal to P into R, 1 plus R over 100 power N. That is the formula for where P is representing principal, R is representing the rate in percentages, and T is representing the time that you're going to spend. Let us look at some examples here without wastage of time. Let me give you some examples here. I look at them. Example 1. Let me hope you can see on the whiteboard. Find the compound interest. Find the compound interest. Find the compound interest. The compound interest in 10 years. On shillings. $1,050,000. On shillings, 1,050,000 at a rate of 8% per annum. Now, when I talk of per annum, what does it mean? Per year, okay? Yes. Per annum, full stop. What do they want us to find? Find the compound interest in 10 years on shillings. Let me hope you can write down that question. You tell me whether it is now visible, because I think right now they are visible. Okay, so you try to write down. This is 1,050,000 shillings. 1,050,000. That is the amount. So we are trying. They are asking us to find the compound what? Interest. First of all, to find the compound interest, you have to first find the amount. Not so? And after finding the amount, it will be easy for you to find the compound what? Amount is given by P into 1
plus R to 100.
So our amount is going to be equaling to what is the principal in this case? The principal is the money that you are borrowing, not so?
Yes.
It is 1,050,000 into what is the? This is 1, not so? Plus the rate. What is the rate? 8%. It is 8 over
100.
power time. What is the time that this interest is going to take? Find the interest in 10 years. So the time is going to be 10 years. 10 power 10. To calculate this very well, you first need to deal with this bracket. Okay? Look here, please. You first need to deal with this bracket. First divide 8 divided by 100 and you tell me what you have. There are very many people who will fail from here. It is 0.08. It is 1. This will be 1 plus 0.08 power 10. Not so?
Yes.
And then our amount will be 1050. No. Yes?
Yes.
Into, when I add this and this, it will be 1, because I'm adding this and this, not so?
Yes.
1.08 to power 10. Now, press your calculators and you tell me. 1.08 to power 10. Can you press your calculators? Sure. You don't have any calculator here with you? .08 power 10. Can someone give me the answer here? What do you have? .08 to power . Okay, you open brackets and you write in 1.08 power 10. I don't know what you're getting, but whatever you're getting, leave it on the calculator. For me, I'm getting 2.158924997. Can someone share with me what they are getting? Because you must know how to place this calculator very well. First of all, you first open the brackets. You see this button here? You click on this on. Yes, you click this button. You open the brackets there. And then after you put in 1.08. Not so? Close the brackets there. Okay? And after that, then the power, the symbol that shows us power is here. This one here. This one here. Let me hope you can see it. This symbol takes us to power. Okay? You press it. It means that whatever you're going to write now is going up. Okay? Now you put in 10. Are we together? So it means 1.08 power 10. I don't know whether you've done that. Okay. All the people are quiet, I don't know. Please, you share with me what you've got. Equals, so this is what I have with me. It is 2 point, I don't know whether you can see it. It is 2.15 something there on the calculator. Hope you can see it there. This is what I have with me. So, without removing it to avoid errors in your calculations, okay? To avoid errors in your calculation, you leave it and you just multiply it with this, okay? So you say times, it will come as answer times, say, times 1050000, which will give us amount 2266. Do you have this?
Yes.
871 point. There is a point. 0.247. This is money. So this is the amount. There are 2,266,000, then 871.247. Don't read this as 247. After point, we read each digit on its own. 0.247. Okay? This is the amount that we have. So they asked us to find the compound what? Interest. Now we need to find the compound interest after finding the amount. Please, in the chat room, please can you be talking? I don't know, the people are so quiet. So our interest will be got from amount minus what? Minus principal. The interest that this person will get. What exactly we've got, we've given back minus the principal, which money that they borrowed us, not so?
Yes.
So the interest will give us 2,266,871.247 minus, what was the principal? 0.50. Not that?
Yes.
So what do we get as the interest? Tell me the interest?
2,001.
Sure, it is 2,000.
2,161,871.
Sure, when you remove 1 million, do you remain with the 2 million? Remember, you're removing 1 M.
1 million.
You're removing 1. Yes. You remain with 1 million.
200.
1, 2,
16.
871.
871.
Point
24.
24
71.
71
65.
65 71. Okay, let me round off to 4 decimal places. 7. There is 6 after 1.
I used the
2, 2, 6.
actually with the 6 5.
8 7 1.247 minus 105 0 1 2 3. Have 1.247.
Yeah.
Like that. So the interest is equaling to shillings 121,671.247. That is the interest that this person will get at the end of the day. How have you gotten the principal? Principal, the formula is here. You come up with the amount, and then the amount you subtract and get the principal. So I want you to be talking to me via the chat room, and we see how best we can go. Please don't just keep quiet. I want you to be talking to me, and I know whether we are moving on very well. So that is our amount that we have. They asked us to find the interest, and I think we have the interest, the form of compound interest. Compound interest is also interest. You can even call it compound interest, not so? Yes. But we got it from amount. Another person can use another formula. You know the formula for simple interest, but they are 10 years, meaning you calculate 10 times, so it will be a little bit longer. Not so? You calculate simple interest for 1 year, then you go to the second year, then you go to the third year, fourth year, fifth year, up to the 10th year. It will take you a lot of time. That's why it is simpler to use this.
You cannot just calculate it in 10 years.
No. You have to calculate each year. Because remember, the principle keeps on changing in each year. Not so? For compound, the principle will keep on changing. You cannot just use one principle for compound. Okay? That's why we need to. If it was simple interest, then it would be better. You would have used the other formula. Simple interest is equal to P times T times R over 100. Simple. But if it is compound, it's better you use this, because this one is simpler. Okay? The only problem comes in if you deal with this power. Many of you don't know how to deal with this power. And I know we still have a challenge here. But what I've told you, first deal with this fraction. Let it be a decimal. Then add this to this, remain with 1. This is 1 point. This is 1.08. Some of you may not see my 8 very well. 1.08 power 10. Then place this on a calculator. Press that on the calculator. Let it give you the answer. Multiply it with this. Come up with the amount. So that is the first example that we have. You people, I want you to talk to me. Tell me whether there is something that I should repeat before I continue to another example. This is 0.08, please. This one is 0.08. Okay, so allow me to go to another example. Allow me to go to another example very fast. If I scrub off this, then I write example 2. Example 2. A man invested shillings 900,000 shillings 900,000 at 18% compound interest. Compound interest rate. Compound interest rate. Full stop. Find the amount of investment after the amount of investment after 2 years. After 2 years. Find the amount of investment so a man invested shillings 900,000 at 18% compound interest rate. Will stop. Find the amount of investment after 2 years. Remember, we are looking at compound interest, okay? What are they asking us this time round? You have to look at the question and you know what they are asking for. What are they asking for? They're asking for amount. How do you get the amount?
Amount is equal to principal plus interest.
Amount is equal to principal plus interest. But we can get amount from this form. We straight away get amount. Not so? So we come here and say amount. Let me show that this is a solution. I know some of you. Solution is starting from here. Amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r over 100 power n. Another person can be using t here. Don't be, n or t. It depends on what you want to use. So I'm going to remove this. Yes. First example. Hope you're okay with that. So amount is equal to principal plus 1 into 1 plus r over 100 power n. So the amount is going to be, what is the principal? What is the principal here? 900. 1 plus, what is the rate?
18 out of 100.
18 out of 1 what? And what is the time? 2 years. So our amount will equal to 900 into, I told you first deal with the bracket. Look here, you first deal with the bracket. It is 1 plus this divided by this, what do we get? 0.18 power 2. Then we continue. The amount will equal to 900 into, when you add this and this, what do you get? 1.18, not so? Squared. Then you place your calculators and you tell me what you have. 1.18, these people are not using the chart room very well. Squared. So it is amount is equal to 900 times, let me give you what I've got here. 924. I don't know whether it's what you've got also. Then times 900. So the amount is now, but even when you're calculating, you should know something, that the amount will always be bigger than the what? The principal. If you get the amount that is smaller than the principal, know that what you're doing is wrong. Okay? Therefore, the amount is this. That is our amount. So we say, therefore, the investor got amount the amount of the investment was shillings 1,253,160. So that was the amount for the investment. So that was example 2. They told us to look for the amount, and we eventually got the amount from there. So that is the amount. So that is the amount that we have. So, hope you can see the amount very well. Okay. Okay. Now we are still looking at example 2. Now I want to give you one example, and you also give it a try. But before that, let me try out some 2 examples before I give you also try out something. Let me try other 2 examples here. I'm going to leave you with some numbers which you try out and you send the results. So this is example 3. A certain amount of money was invested a certain amount of money was invested at a compound interest rate. At a compound interest rate of 10% for 5 years. For 5 years. Full stop. Continuing. Given that at the end of the period given that at the end of the period the owner received shillings 500,000. Received shillings 500,000. Full stop. Find the amount that was originally invested. Find the amount that was originally invested. So, in this case, you can tell me what do you think they're asking us to find? They're telling us to find what? Look at the question very well. They're telling us to find what? Don't rush into conclusions. Remember, a certain amount of money was invested. We don't know that money. Not so? At a compound interest rate of 10% for 5 years. Given that at the end of the period, the owner received shillings 500,000. Find the amount that was originally invested. What's that? The principal. Not so? So, when you're solving this, you eventually say, now if you have any question, please put it into the, before I proceed, I want to look at the questions that you have into the comment section, the chat. Please go and write it there. Okay. Yes, so we are looking for the principal in this case, eh? But from our formula, that amount is equaling to principal into 1 plus r over 100 power n. We are going to look for we have the amount. Do you know that we have the amount? What's the amount? At the end of this period, you receive this. This is the amount, not so? So the amount is 500,000 equaling to principal, which is P. We don't have it, not so? We are looking for 1 plus, what is the rate?
10
over
100
power 5. So this is going to be 500 is equaling to P into 1 plus, what is this?
0.1.
0.1, not so? If you cannot do it directly, please use a calculator. But 10 over 100, it is 0.1. So, we add these two. So, it's going to be 500,000 is equaling to P into 1.1 power 5.
So we has got his principle here.
Yes, Sebuyond Alex, you have already the principle. That is very wonderful.
300,000.
300,000.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes, 300,000. 31,000. 31. It's not clear. Okay, let us calculate it here together with us. We get here.
1 point.
Is it very there? It's 1.6. So it is 1.1. So I'm going to see whether it is 1.1 power what? Power 5. We get is 500,000 is equaling to principal times 1.61051. Is it like that? Then how do we get the P? We divide. So this is 500. Let me start with the side where P is, okay? I'm going to start with this side. So it is 1.61051. P is equaling to 500. Then we divide by 1.61051 on both sides. And so our P will be
310.
310 for 60.
divided by that, it will be
310 of 6.
310 460.6615. Therefore, principal is, I think that was supposed to be the principal. So after me looking at this and we eventually got the principal, okay. Now that is it for this question. Please, if you have any question about compound interest and simple interest, I didn't go into simple interest. Reason being, that is senior one work. Everyone can try out simple interest, but I illustrated it in the first place. Not so.
Nasimbwa has got it. Kenya.
Nasimbwa.
Kenya na Magembe. Samatinga.
Na Magembe. Hajiba. Is it Hajiba? Hajiba. Okay. Nasimbwa Hadila.
Kenya Ahmedi.
Okay. Naruyima Husna. You all have the correct solutions. Okay. Thank you, please. Now, I think we are moving on very well. You see that these things are so simple. If you really understand the formula, the working becomes very easy. Now we are going to look at my last example before I give you some questions to try out and you send me your solutions also. Here, I'm going to be waiting for the solutions here, so you be ready. So, let me hope I can proceed to another example. Is it okay if I proceed? Each example has something that is hidden in it. And if I do all these examples, I'm sure you will not find any difficulty in doing the other questions that you're going to meet. You can go to the question banks, those of you who have them. There are very many questions there. So Juma, this is example, is it 4? So Juma deposited shillings 100,000, shillings 100,000. On his savings account. In other words, you deposit on your savings account, you want your money to accumulate in his savings account. At the bank at a compound
Question here.
interest. There is a question.
Whatever.
It is the principal.
They made by originally invested.
Is it the principal that they met by originally invested? Yes, they met the principal. Yes, they met the principal. So you have to read the question and you know what exactly they want. So Juma deposited shillings 100,000 on his savings account at the bank at a compound interest rate of 5% per annum. Full stop. Annum, full stop. So the question is saying determine the number of years it will take him to receive the amount of shillings 200,000 of including the shillings of shillings 200,000. Determine the number of years it will take him to receive the amount of shillings 200,000. Remember, Juma deposited 100,000 on his savings account at a rate of 5%, at a compound interest rate of 5% per annum. So here, still, I don't know whether we are together here. We can give this a try together, step by step. Here is the solution. Please, let's do this together. What am I going to use? Amount is equaling to principal into
1 plus r out of 100 power n.
Okay. What are we looking at? What will we have? What are we looking for? Like, what will we have in the question?
N.
N. We are looking for N, not so? So the amount is what? Read it through the question and you tell me the amount. What is the amount, you people? Tell me.
200,000.
It is 200,000. It's equaling. What is the principal?
100.
Mm-hmm. 1 plus
5 out of 100.
5 over 100 power
And
n. We are looking for n, not so? So this is going to be 200,000 is equaling to 100,000 into, this is 1 plus, I told you go step by step. This is 0.05 power n. Okay? So this is going to be 200 is equaling to 100,000 into this plus this to be 1.05 power n. Okay? Can I proceed?
Yes.
So on continuing, we are going to have what do we need? This is multiplication. Can I remove this 10,000, 100,000 from this side? Because there is a multiplication sign in between them. So this is 200. How am I going to remove it?
dividing.
By what? By dividing, of course. Please, don't bore me. So this is going to be 2 is equaling to, because these zeros will go, not so?
Yes.
Is equaling to 1.05 power n. Now here we are. How am I going to get n? How am I going to get n? I want to get some ideas from these people here. But these people are not saying anything, they are just quiet. Sebuyondo and others, Natebwa, Farid Kutesa, Sematimba, please can you give me some ideas, you people, all of you and all of you who are here. What do you think we are going to do about that? As you people, you're also planning for your ID. I'm looking for any. I'm looking for my any. So what are you going to do to get that any? Where are you, my any? What do you think we are going to use? Sematimba, you have the best answer. I can use logarithm. Thank you very much. We're going to apply logarithm. You apply logarithm on both sides. Applying. I wanted to know whether you have an idea. If you want to get the value that is up here, there is no way you can get it rather than applying log. Applying log base 10 on both sides of the equation. This is our equation. You're going to apply log base 10 on both sides. So what is it going to become? You apply log base 10, so it is log base 10 of 2, this 2 is equaling to log base 10 of 1.05 power n. Then this power n is going to move here to get log of 2 base 10 is equaling to n log of 1.05 base 10. When n moves away, there is no need of me putting a bracket again. Not so?
Yes.
So how are you going to get n here? How am I going to get n? Other people are saying we can use indices. Yes, but still it will take you back to this. So here I'm going to divide both sides by the logs. Okay? So it's going to be log of 2 base 10 divided by the log of 1.5 base 10 is equaling to n. And therefore our n, you get a calculator. You say log of 2 on a calculator. Log of 2. Base 10 is the normal base, not so? Log of 2 is equaling to that. Then divide by, don't remove that. Divide by, just press divide. Sure. Divide by, it is the answer that you're dividing. Divide by the log of 1.05. 1.05. So I'm having 14.2 something. 14.20669908. This is nearly n is equaling to, if you try to bring it to its nearest decimal place, it will be, there will be 14 years roughly. Can say there will be approximately 14 years. Try to approximate it to this. There will be approximately 14 years. This is approximating this to 14 years. At least yes, Nantumbwe, Hani, Halima, you have the correct answer. 14 point. There are 14 years. If you know that you're looking for years, then you put it to 14 years. That's what you're supposed to do. You can meet these questions. They can come when they are asking for this time. But you're supposed to be knowing that when I reach this extent, when the what I'm looking for is up, then I apply log base 10 on both sides. It will be very simple for you to work out.
Why I don't know, 14 years, 2 months, somebody can answer that.
No, these are not 2 months. Because remember, they are supposed to be 12. Maybe if I get 0.20669908 and I multiply it times 12. You get that? Because they're supposed to be 12. But I'm just approximating to 14 years. Zero point 2066 6908 times 12. There will be like 2.4 months. 2 months, 14 years and 2 months. Okay, another person can say 14 years and 2 months there. If you want to get the months that are in this, then you better get all of this. With removing this 14, you get it as 0.020669908 times 12. Then you get the months, which will be 2.4803, which this one is approximately 2.4. This will be 2.5 if you round off, but if you round off from here, there will be 2 months. I think you see this, yeah? At least there will be 2 months, 2 months and some days there.
Also only
For days, you keep on rounding off 0.0.480. Yeah. 0.809896 times 7. I'm also getting some 3 days. So there are 12 months, there are 14 years, 12, 2 months and 3 days that I've tried to approximate. But to be on the safer side, you can leave it like this and then you put on years. To be on the safer side,
approximate thinking.
you put it on years. Leave it like that, then you put on years. There, no one will give in an excuse. Okay? This one is better. You leave it at this with the decimals, all of them, and you put their years. Okay? This one is telling me to repeat the logo step. Now when you look at this, we wanted to find n, and n is up. So you apply log base 10 on both sides. The question was like this. Now if you have... Someone is making me speak English. So it is 2 equaling 2. You apply log on both sides. On both sides. This is what I've done. Like on this, I've applied the log, which is here. But I've written even the statement here. But even if you don't write this statement, no one will penalize you. Okay?
Yes.
Then I'm looking for n. This one comes here. I get log of 2 base 10 is equaling to n log of 1.05. This one is no longer in bracket because there is no power. Base 10. I'm looking for n alone. I divide both sides by log 1.05 because it's what I don't need this side. Not so. Log of 1.05 base 10. This one goes with this. I remain with n alone. On the other side, this is what we have here. Okay? You divide this and remain with n alone. This is the step. Let me hope we are together there. Now, teacher explain the indices way of doing it using laws of indices. Don't worry, so you can make a video and forward it in the group, WhatsApp group for these people. You can explain. I've seen your message here, teacher. I can explain the way of doing it using indices. Yes, please. You're going to make a video and we see how you do it, okay? But indices, really. How you prime factorize 2? Indices, I don't think you make it. How will you prime factorize 2? Really. So let's leave it at that.
The third one.
I write them on the board. Now, here is my exercise that I'm giving you. I want you to try it now. Hello? Hey. omusajja ngamba password yegaana agiraddemu mbu ebiri gyokka. Ngamba oteekamu ebintu ebikola ejjo obudde abiteekateekamu. Bannange kale tugenda kukola tutya naye nabo nga babulookinga ebintu yalabiri. Yogerako naye mweyo password era namugambye toteekamu mirungi sukka ebiri. Mweyo password mulimu capital K yokka ye. Aha. So we are doing some exercise here. EER. Is the exercise for the what? For the readers. EER. EER. 1. Calculate the compound interest on shillings 20,000. Shillings 20,000 for 2 years at 8% per annum. That is the first question. Question number 2. Find the amount to which shillings 10,000 accumulates in 12 years at 9% annum compound interest. Compound interest. Yes. Okay. Iri ne esooka ko ebiri capital capital. Hello? Account value is kati logingamu iri kati ye naye ke esooka eri capital ne ke byokka. Ke esooka eri capital ne ke eri capital byokka ebya bisimoolo nga bw'obyabirira. Logingamu iri kati. Username tukoseeya. So a man loans a friend shillings for 2 years. For 2 years at 7% compound interest rate. We stop. How much will he receive when the loan is repaid? Will he receive when? Please first copy the questions because we are moving off very fast. First copy the questions, you answer them later. Time is not our best ally. First copy the question. First copy the question, please. Copy the questions very fast here. So how long will it take a man to receive shillings 1 million after investing shillings 500,000 at a 15% compound interest rate? So what is question 4 looking for? You all find it out. Unless I have any question, but I think I'm leaving it at that. unless I have any question. I think I'm leaving it at that. Okay. So those are the questions. You can also share the questions in the chat in the WhatsApp group. For those of you who have them, you can take a photo of those questions and share them to your friends, with your friends.
Yes.